Have you ever wondered if she's secretly hoping you'll break no contact? You've stepped back, focused on your growth, but there's still a whisper that she's not over it. What if she's just waiting? Not to move on, but for you to make the first move? Picture this. You're silent, distant, but on the other side, she's smiling in photos, laughing with friends, showing off the highlights. Still, something feels off. In this video, we're breaking down the signs she's quietly hoping you'll reach out. We'll uncover how your silence echoes in her mind and why staying on your path may just be your ultimate power play. And yes, we'll tie this back to Stoicism, because your calm, your self-control, that is your true superpower in this emotional dynamic. She's wondering if you miss her too. She might look like she's moved on, sharing carefree moments, smiling
in every snapshot.
But deep down, she's haunted by one question. Does he miss me the way I miss him? Your silence creates a void, and that void becomes a mirror, reflecting all the feelings she's trying to suppress. The truth? People rarely move on as quickly as they pretend. Your withdrawal forces her to face the emotional reality she's been avoiding. She might be checking her phone more often than she admits, rereading old messages, even scrolling through your photos, searching for
proof that she's still on your mind.
And yes, she might post things just to grab your attention to see if you'll flinch, if you'll break. But why? Because she's testing you, testing your strength, trying to see if your silence is real or just a bluff. Marcus Aurelius once said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Breaking no contact just to ease her curiosity, or yours, isn't the right move. This isn't about games, it's about reclaiming control. Stoicism teaches that true peace comes from within, not from validation, not from someone else's reaction. And by holding your silence, you're proving that you choose yourself first. And that, ironically, is what gets to her the most. Your silence becomes a spotlight, one that forces her to face her doubts, regrets, and confusion alone. Because if she truly wants you back, in this time, she'll have to be the one who speaks first. And when that moment comes, the terms will be yours, not hers. The more she doesn't hear from you, the more you become an unsolvable mystery. And we all know mystery is irresistible. So now I want to hear from you. What do you think about this dance between pride, silence, and emotional discipline? Have you ever been in a situation where silence spoke louder than words? Take a moment to reflect, and if you're willing, share your thoughts in the comments. And if you're not sure what to write, simply leave this. My peace is not up for negotiation. Let's keep this conversation real and grounded. She's testing your patience without even realizing it. Sometimes she drops subtle hints, maybe through a mutual friend, a random comment online, or carefully curated posts, hoping you'll bite. Whether she's trying to stir jealousy or gauge your reaction, her underlying motive is clear. She wants to know if you still care. It's a delicate game, one where she wants answers without exposing herself. But here's what she doesn't see. Your calm is your greatest strength. Think about it. Is she suddenly more active on social media? Sharing vibrant photos, new experiences, exciting outings? Look closer. Maybe she's quoting old songs or revisiting places you once shared. It's her way of reaching out without fully risking rejection. Marcus Aurelius often reminded us, keep your mind calm and steady, unshaken by others. And you're doing just that. By not reacting, you're telling her one powerful truth. Your peace cannot be disturbed so easily. Your composure is not passivity, it's discipline. You're no longer the man who jumps at every signal. She might be hoping you'll reach out, but what truly gets her attention is when you don't. That strength, that steadiness, that unshakable energy. It's what sets you apart. And here's the irony. The more you stay silent, the more she wonders, why isn't he responding? Why aren't my posts working? Why does he feel so out of reach? That's when your power shines brightest. You're not playing games. You're practicing what the Stoics have always known. Mastering yourself is the ultimate form of power. Whether or not she eventually reaches out isn't your concern anymore. You've shifted focus to your growth, your calm, your journey. So, if you're wondering whether she secretly hopes you'll break no contact, remember, this is not about what she wants. It's about your ability to remain unshaken. As Seneca once wrote, "He who is brave is free." And your bravery in choosing silence, that's your freedom, beyond her reach. When your silence turns you into a mystery, she can't stop thinking about. Since you chose silence, you've not only left her wondering, you've left her facing something even harder to ignore, the space your absence creates. Deep down, she still wants to feel your presence, not necessarily in words or actions, but in that comforting sense that she's still on your mind. But by refusing to chase, you're showing her something far more meaningful. That you respect yourself enough to walk away when you're not valued. And if she ever comes back, it won't be because you begged. It'll be because your absence made her realize the true value of your presence. Let that idea sink in. You're no longer explaining, chasing, or proving. You've stepped back and allowed silence to speak on your behalf. And that silence, it echoes louder than any message you could send. If this resonates with you, I encourage you to share your thoughts in the comments. Or if you prefer to keep it simple but strong, just type, "I've become the mystery she can't ignore." She wants to know you still care. Even if she ended things, a part of her still wants to know, do you still care? Silence can feel like rejection. Or worse, like you've stopped feeling anything at all. She wants to sense your presence, even when you're not around. It's human nature. We all crave that validation. But by not chasing, you're telling her something even more powerful. That your happiness doesn't depend on her. She might have pushed you away, but that doesn't mean she's untouched by the void your absence leaves behind. Often people test others to see if they'll come running. If you do, it confirms their worth. If you don't, it leaves them questioning everything. And that questioning, that whisper of doubt, lingers longer than any apology or explanation. Maybe she's replaying your last conversation in her mind. Maybe she's testing you quietly just to see if you'll react, if you'll bend first. But your silence, it speaks volumes. It says, I choose peace over chaos, purpose over desperation. You're
Not being cruel.
You're simply protecting your emotional well-being. And whether she admits it now or later, your strength will leave a lasting impression. Part of her still wants to see you crack, to prove she still matters to you. But when you don't, you leave her with questions she can't answer. And those silent questions, they echo far longer than any words ever could. Here's the irony. What she's waiting for, your pursuit, is exactly what would push her away if you gave in too soon. But when you stand firm, you keep your dignity. And dignity, it's more attractive than any declaration you could make. When your silence sparks a deeper fear, the fear that you've truly moved on. Previously, we saw how your silence created confusion, and now it might just be her who's watching you more closely than ever. You're making her chase you without even trying, By staying silent, you've completely flipped the dynamic. You're no longer the one seeking her attention or trying to prove your worth. Now she's left wondering where she stands in your world. Your calm detachment speaks volumes. It tells her that you're not desperate for validation, that you value your peace more than chasing someone who can't fully see your worth. She might be secretly hoping you'll break no contact. Why? Because if you do, it reaffirms her influence over you. It shows her that despite everything, your emotions are still tied to hers, but by choosing not to reach out, despite the urge, you show something incredibly rare: self-mastery. You're sending a message without saying a single word. I am in control of myself. Your silence becomes a mirror. Now she's left with her own thoughts. No more distractions from your attention. And she begins to wonder, why hasn't he called? Why is he so composed? And the truth is, this silence isn't even about her anymore. It's about you. It's about choosing calm over chaos. It's about prioritizing emotional well-being over fleeting reassurance. Picture this. She picks up her phone, scrolling through old messages, hoping your name will pop up. But each day, it doesn't. Is another day she feels your absence even more deeply. Even if she's surrounded by people, it's in those quiet moments when your silence echoes the loudest. And here's the thing, this isn't manipulation. This is self-respect. You're not shutting her out to punish her. You're choosing to protect your own growth. You're no longer fixated on her reactions. You've shifted your energy inward toward building resilience, clarity, and purpose. As Epictetus said, freedom is the only worthy goal in life.
It is won by disregarding things beyond our control. That's exactly what you're doing, reclaiming your freedom by letting go of her validation. She may be silently hoping you'll break no contact, but your true strength lies in choosing.
Not to. Maybe she's now asking herself, why hasn't he broken? Was I wrong to assume he needed me? And in that space of silence, she begins to recognize your value in a new light. When she starts trying to grab your attention, and you stay unshaken. She may be trying every subtle way to draw your attention, but as a Stoic, you've chosen a different path, one of calm, clarity, and unshakable strength. Why your silence works. Your calm, collected presence sends a powerful message. You value yourself more than her approval. Your silence stands out. Not because it's loud, but because it reflects strength. It shows you're no longer playing by her rules, but living by your own values. You're not chasing, not begging, not adjusting to meet her expectations. Instead, you're grounded, focused on your own growth, and that's what truly catches her attention. When you stick to no contact, especially when she's the one who left, it can create a real shift in her mind. Why? Because most men break. They reach out for answers, closure, or some form of reassurance. But you've embraced self-discipline. You've chosen silence, even when your emotions pull you in all directions. And she feels it, whether she admits it or not. Your silence becomes a mirror. She starts questioning, why hasn't he called? Why isn't he chasing? Why is he so calm? And that's where the silence becomes louder than words. When your presence is removed, she feels it. And that emptiness is what unsettles her most. As a Stoic, you're doing what matters most. You're in control of what belongs to you. Your thoughts, your emotions, your reactions. As Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. And right now, your thoughts are rooted in strength, self-respect, and personal growth. You're not obsessing
over her.
You're focused on becoming the man you're meant to be. Now imagine this. She's checking her phone, scrolling through old messages, hoping for your name to appear. Deep down, she might believe you'll crack. She might want that one message, to feel in control again, but the longer you remain still, the more uncomfortable she becomes. Why hasn't he messaged? Has he really moved on? Did I let go of someone irreplaceable? And that's when she realizes your silence isn't a tactic. It's a reflection of your evolution. You're becoming a man who values peace over temporary
attention. And that makes you rare. You're not waiting around. You're building something real, something solid. So, if she's hoping you'll break no contact, let her. Let her feel the weight of your absence. Because what you're doing right
now isn't about manipulation. It's about self-respect, and that's the kind of energy that makes a woman question everything she thought she knew. So, we've reached the end of this powerful journey, exploring the subtle signs that she may secretly be hoping you'll break. No contact, from her silence to her vague social posts to her indirect hints. They're not always about closure. Sometimes they're about control, validation, or the fear of being forgotten. But here's what truly matters. Not what she thinks, but how you respond. You've learned that. Silence is not weakness. It's wisdom. It's not indifference. It's intentional. Just like the Stoics taught, real strength doesn't come from controlling others, but from mastering yourself. You're not chasing. You're not reacting impulsively. You're standing firm in your values, protecting your peace, choosing inner growth, and honoring your worth, because every moment you stay composed, you're telling her, and more importantly, yourself, that you're no longer the man you used to be. You're evolving.
You're becoming grounded. And that kind of transformation, it leaves a lasting impact. So let her wonder, let her question, let her feel the absence of your presence. But you stay on your path, because a man who knows his worth, his silence,
becomes his power. If this video brought you clarity, strength, or even just a quiet moment to reflect, please hit the like button to support the channel. And more importantly, drop a comment below. What part of this video hit home for you?
Have you experienced something like this?
I'd truly love to hear your story. And if you're ready to keep growing and embracing your inner Stoic, check out the next videos on screen. Trust me, you're only getting started. Stay strong. Stay grounded. And remember, your peace is power. Thanks for watching.